Assalamualaikum. Do you know that people who have experienced betrayal often become vigilant in future relationships, seeing threats even when none exist? The problem? That survival mechanism may protect your heart from getting hurt again. But it can also stop you from ever experiencing a healthy relationship. If you are a divorced Muslim man, this may be the most important lesson you will learn before considering another woman, because trusting too easily is dangerous. But trusting nobody is equally dangerous too. And I've learned that lesson the hard way, because I'm someone who went through the collapse of a marriage, the emotional chaos that followed, and the long rebuilding process afterwards. So, whatever I'm saying here is not from theory or from books alone, but from living through it, from making mistakes, healing, and rebuilding, and eventually learning the difference between being open hearted and being naive. By the end of this video, you will learn why many divorced men unconsciously punish good women for the actions of the previous, how to distinguish genuine character from emotional attraction, and a simple framework that helps you trust again without becoming vulnerable to manipulation. Stay until the end, because the third lesson may save you years of unnecessary pain, confusion, and repeated heartbreak. Alright, let's begin. After my divorce, there was something I noticed that nobody really talks about. Most men think their biggest challenge is trusting another woman. It's not. The real challenge is trusting their own judgment again. You see, because when a marriage ends painfully, something inside you breaks. Not just your heart, your confidence in your ability to choose correctly. You begin questioning everything. Were there signs I missed? Did I ignore red flags? Was I manipulated? Was I too trusting? Was I too blind? And before long, every new woman becomes a potential threat. You become suspicious, guarded, defensive. You start looking for evidence that she will eventually hurt you too. At first, that feels smart. It feels like wisdom. But over time, I realized something uncomfortable. That some men are no longer protecting themselves. They are imprisoning themselves. Every conversation becomes an interrogation. Every disagreement becomes a warning sign. Every mistake becomes proof that all women are the same. And that's where many good men get stuck, because they carry one woman's sin into every future relationship. That realization led me to the first lesson. Separate this woman from that woman. This is one of the hardest parts of healing after divorce. Yes, your ex-spouse may have hurt you, disappointed you, manipulated you, broken your trust, made you feel emotionally unsafe. Those experiences are real, but the next woman is not automatically guilty. Many divorced men unknowingly place future women on trial for crimes they never committed. The result? They either attract unhealthy women who tolerate dysfunction, or they push away genuinely good women through excessive suspicion. At the same time, swinging to the opposite extreme is equally dangerous. Some men become so lonely that they desperately want to believe in love again, so they ignore obvious warning signs. The mature masculine mindset is different. I will not punish a good woman for another woman's mistake. But also, I will not ignore patterns simply because I crave companionship. That balance is strength, fairness, and emotional maturity. And that brings us to the next trap, because many men don't trust women, they trust feelings. The second lesson, I call it trust character, not chemistry. This is where many smart men like you make terrible decisions because attraction can be convincing. Beauty, femininity, kind words, strong emotional connection. All those that I mentioned can be convincing. You tell yourself, she understands me. She makes me feel alive again. We connect so deeply. Maybe, maybe not. True, feelings are important, but feelings are not evidence. I repeat, feelings are important and they are not evidence. They are just data, not proof. A woman should not be trusted because she creates emotional highs. She should be trusted because her character repeatedly demonstrates trustworthiness. So look out for this. Look out for consistency, honesty when situations become difficult, accountability when mistakes happen, emotional regulation during conflict. Look up at how she talks about former relationships. Look at how she treats people she cannot benefit from, and look at her actions, whether it consistently match her words. There are many things to look out for. However, let me remind you this. A woman can be beautiful, sweet, feminine, attractive, and still be dangerous for your future. Character protects you. Chemistry only attracts you. And that distinction changes everything. However, there's this one final lesson that I want to share with you. And I guess it's the most practical lesson of all. I call it trust the patterns, not the promises. Look, anybody can make promises, create a good first impression. Anybody can say, I'm different, I'm loyal, I hate drama, I respect men, I want peace. Wonderful. Now, let time prove it. One rule that has saved me from many poor decisions include words. What do I mean by that? You see, words get attention, but patterns earn access to you. Patterns. This means you will slow down by observing, watching, verifying. You allow reality to reveal truth, but it takes time. You do not give a wife level access to someone who has only shown girlfriend level consistency. You do not give emotional access immediately, do you? You do not make her responsible for healing your wounds. So do not rush intimacy. Do not rush commitment. And do not rush into financial entanglement. Let time to expose her character. Time reveals what attraction often hides. People can perform for weeks and sometimes few months, but very few can fake their character indefinitely. So that patience will protect both your heart and your future. So let me recap. First, separate this woman from that woman. Do not punish good women for someone else's mistake. Second, trust the character, not chemistry. Feelings matter, but character matters more. And finally, trust patterns, not promises. Words get attention, but patterns earn access. The goal is not to become suspicious of all women. The goal is not to become naive either. The goal is to become the kind of man who can love with an open heart and verify with a clear mind. Strong enough to trust, wise enough to observe, disciplined enough to wait. If you are currently rebuilding after divorce and want a practical roadmap to help you regain confidence, emotional control, discipline, purpose and direction, download the Muslim Man Rebuild Playbook using the link in the description below. And if you want personalized guidance for your rebuilding journey, apply for a private strategy call. We look at where you are, what's keeping you stuck, and what's your next step should be. And if this video resonated with you, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and in the comments, tell me, what is harder right now for you? Is it trusting women again or trusting your own judgment? Assalamu alaikum.